الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا نحن نزلنا الذكر وإنا له لحافظون قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, in a matter of 25 minutes to express my sentiments and talk to you about the Quran, about ilm, about hifz, about the historical background, about the motives of the Quran, about the object of the Quran, about the wonders of the Quran, literally impossible. However, we will try and encapsulate in this short time a few of the facts and sentiments that I have in my heart and mind. Firstly, I feel very honored and humbled to be amongst you here in a gathering of ilm, gathering of the hifz, of tahfiz of the Holy Quran and the graduation. Definitely these assemblies that are here are blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are loved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are found the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from around such gatherings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy comes upon us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends sakina about those people that sit in such gatherings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remembers them in the gathering better than this gathering. So firstly, we are very privileged and honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be present in this gathering. Secondly, we are here because of the Holy Quran. And what is the Holy Quran? There is no time to go into details, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very aptly mentions the description of the Holy Quran in one verse of the Holy Quran where he says, وَإِنَّهُ لَتَنزِيلُ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ نَزَلَ بِهِ الرُّوحُ الْأَمِينُ عَلَىٰ قَلْبِكَ لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُنذِرِينَ بِلِسَانٍ عَرَبِيٍّ مُبِينٍ. Very briefly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a description of the Holy Quran. It is a revelation from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Revelation from the Lord of the worlds. No ordinary book, not sent by any human being or any creations. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed this Mubarak book from His side. نَزَلَ بِهِ الرُّوحُ الْأَمِينُ, and who has come with this honored book and this last and final book, Ruhul Ameen. That is the angel of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, the choicest of the angels. عَلَىٰ قَلْبِكَ لَتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُنذِرِينَ. Where is it revealed upon? Upon the Mubarak heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the choices of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where is it revealed? Makkah al-Mukarramah, the most chosen place in the face of the earth. When did the revelation start? In the light of Qadr. Some say in other words, in other months. But initially it has started from the Lawh al-Mahfuz in the day or in the month of Ramadan, which is the choices of places, choices of periods. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this Quran to Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for us, who are the best of the Ummah. So this is indeed a great favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has honored us in so many aspects. And it has come down upon the Mubarak heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, تَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُنذِرِينَ, so that you can warn the people, بِلِسَانٍ عَرَبِيٍّ مُبِينٍ, in the Arabic language, the clear Arabic language. This is the historical background of the Holy Quran. If you take the Quran, revelation started in the cave of Hira, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam became very perturbed and disturbed and became worried when the Holy Quran was revealed by the angel, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam began to hasten with the recitation of the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consoled him. لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه وقرآنه فإذا قرأناه فاتبع قرآنه ثم إن علينا بيانه. That do not be worried. This memorizing of the Holy Quran, retention of the Holy Quran is our responsibility. We will ensure that this Holy Quran is retained by you. And not only retained by you, but it is our responsibility that we will retain this Holy Quran till the end of time. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We have revealed the Holy Quran, and we will safeguard the Holy Quran. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this Holy Quran is that very Quran that's in the Lawh al-Mahfuz. Is that very Quran that Jibreel alayhi salam had brought down. Is that very Quran that came on the Mubarak heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is that very Quran that had gone from 14 centuries from one nation to another, from one community to another, from the Sahaba, the Tabi'een, Tabi'een, the different countries and different eras, with that very Quran that will be recited before us today. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has safeguarded it. And inshallah, with that Quran, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's divine promise will remain with, and not a word, not a dot, not an alphabet, not an hour, not a vowel will be changed in the Holy Quran. There are great efforts that have been made to change the Holy Quran. No time to go into details, but when the divine promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no creation can change this Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has further honored us more. That this Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have used the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to safeguard them. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used Zainab, and has used Ikram, and has used Abrar, and has used all those people that you heard today to safeguard the Holy Quran. There is the honor of this ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There was no other ummah that could memorize the Quran. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are miracles that we see before us. The Holy Quran is a miracle in itself, a living miracle of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right up to the end of time. And these are 7 miracles that we witness today. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it such that across the globe, whether it is South Africa, whether it is South America, whether it is Afghanistan, whether it is Somalia, whether it is Pakistan, every single day and every single month, we find these miracles unfolding. A child of 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, 18 years memorizes the Holy Quran. And what makes it a greater memory, what makes it a greater miracle, sometimes they do not even understand the Arabic language. Can a person memorize one word, one page, or one paragraph of a language? If he doesn't understand, he can never memorize it. And if he memorize it, how long can he remember it? 6,666 verses are memorized by little children across the globe. We have our friend here, I always admire him, our friend Ismail Bhai. 4 or 5 children memorize the Holy Quran sitting in the home. We have a Somalian girl that met in Washington, 7 years old, memorized the Quran. We have a girl in South Africa, 10 years old, from Mauritius, memorized the Holy Quran. This is the living miracle of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has honored us, not only with retaining the Holy Quran, but Allah has used our children, and Allah has used our grandchildren and our families and progeny to safeguard this Quran. This is another great honor for this ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As far as the memory, the mu'jiza of the Holy Quran is concerned, there are many aspects or dimensions of this mu'jiza. And one dimension of this mu'jiza is the safeguarding of the Holy Quran. It is intact, it is same, it is not changed everywhere. And throughout the world, we find that very Quran. Imagine when you open the Quran, then we should imagine and think that this is the Quran that is in the Gloria Mahmoud. This is the Quran that was in the Mubarak Heart of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the Quran that was recited by the Sahaba. And this is the Quran that was recited by all the pious people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have that very same Quran in our hands. Another point of the Holy Quran is 7 children have read before us here. Each one had a different flavor, we had a different feeling when you heard each one. The same words are recited, but recited by different people. It gives us a different joy, a different happiness, and it sounds so different. Yet it is one and the same Quran that is recited by the children. This is not the mu'jiza of the Holy Quran. Then nobody gets tired of listening to the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran is such that even non-Muslims, when they listen to the Holy Quran, I have a friend in Washington who told me, some of my passengers who said drive a taxi, some of my passengers sit down and say, carry on, you can hear what you have to see. The Imams of Makkah, carry on, you want to listen to them, and yes, they are not Muslims. The Shaikh Abdul Basit rahimahullah had gone to Egypt, or when he had gone to Russia, and Nasser had taken him to Russia, and he had recited there before the non-Muslims, and they began to cheer. Those people would not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but when they heard the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tears began to come out of their eyes. This is the effect of the Holy Quran. And why not? It is that very Quran that Umar radiallahu anhu, who had gone with what motives toward Rasulullah, it had frozen the heart of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu when he heard this word. And it was recited Surah Maryam, the verses were recited, it turned his heart and it froze. And he brought about a revolution in his life, and he said, I also want to recite this word. He said this to his sister. Same Quran that Abu Jahl used to also sit down and silently, discreetly listen to Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam reciting the whole Quran. Same Quran, Jubair ibn Mut'im radiallahu anhu also listens and he freezes and accepts Islam and enters into the fold of Islam. This is that very Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. And you can read a book once, 4, 5 times. But لا يطلق على كثرة الرد or كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, there is such a kitab that you can repeat it once, twice, 3, 4, 10 times, and you can go on reciting and reciting and reciting, and you will never get full with the Holy Quran. لا تنقطع أجائبه. This is such that we find the gems and the pearls of knowledge and wisdom are coming out every day and every moment, and it will never finish. Why? Because this is that treasure that's coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All His qualities are unlimited, so the knowledge of the Quran also is unlimited. In fact, we should be happy, worthy of congratulations, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought about ulama kiram here in madaris and institutions that are concerned about this great Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them and bless all those people that are attached to this institution where the Quran of the need. The knowledge of the Quran is imparted to our children, to our sisters, to our daughters, and to all the people here, the males and females. All this effort has been made. You are worthy of congratulations. In a place they are surrounded by the darkness of kufr and shirk, the darkness of impiety, the darkness of this disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There you find the streams of knowledge of the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emanating and coming out from the little children. This jalsa is very small. This occasion is very small to appreciate really these little children here. The real jalsa and get together will be on the day of judgment. Will be on the day of judgment when the parents will be given that crown that brother has spoken about. That there's those children that learn the Holy Quran. من قرأ القرآن وعمل بما فيه بلبس الأرض تاجا ضوءه أحسن من ضوء الشمس. ضوء الشمس في بيوتكم في الدنيا لو كانت فيكم. And ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, فَمَا ذَنَّكُمْ الَّذِي عَمَلَ بِهَذَا or كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, there's no time is very restricted. That is the day when you will see the real honor and privilege of being the father of a person that's the Hafiz. When you are father, بين الأولين والآخرين, when all the people are assembled there in the place of Hashr before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then can you imagine the joy and happiness and ecstasy of that parent that is called out, that this is the parent of the Hafiz. Now a crown is put on his head here that will outshine, the brilliance of that crown will be more and excel over the sun. Can you imagine? Look at the sun, which is 90,000 miles away and 150,000 kilometers away from here. Can you look into the sun? You cannot look into the brightness of the sun. Can you imagine that crown, how bright it will be when it will be on the head of the people that are the parents of the people here that are the Huffaz. That will be the day of the real honor of the parents. The real honor of the Huffaz will be when? It will be on that day when the awwaleen and akhirin assemble and we told to the person, لصاحب القرآن قام لصاحب القرآن اقرأ وارتقي ورتل كما كنت ترتل في الدنيا وإن منزلك إن آخر آية تقرأها أو كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. That will be the great honor, and the whole assembly of human beings will be there, and this will be told to the Hafiz, keep reciting, recite, and ascend the stories of paradise, and your place and your position will be where the last ayah that you recite of the Holy Quran. So that is the real day of celebration. That is the real day we will see the honor and respect of that Hafiz. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us in His word as well, the best amongst you, خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best amongst you is that person that learns the Quran and teaches the Quran. In some riwayat is mentioned, خيركم من تعلم القرآن أو علمه. The one that learns the Quran or teaches the Quran, he is the best amongst you. One very pious person once mentioned that this is the word of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let us look within ourselves. Do we regard that person that teaches the Quran the best amongst us? Do we regard that person that learns the Quran to be the best amongst us? If we do not regard him, then we have not followed the hadith or understood the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should have also the maximum amount of honor for that person that learns the Quran and recites the Quran. And inshallah, with the barakah of this, if you honor a person that has the Quran, an alim of deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes this knowledge of ilm, this ilm of Quran and ilm of deen, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you also a great portion. When we were little young, we were young boys, there was one person who wanted his son to become a Hafiz. And it's not possible. Every person can't become a Hafiz. It is the choice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He chooses the people. Imagine, He chose so and so. He chose your son or your grandson to look after his Quran. He handpicked him and chose him and brought him and gave him the capability to learn the Holy Quran. So this person wanted his son, aspiring for his son to become a Hafiz. It was not the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The extreme love of the Holy Quran was such that one day a Hafiz came to his home and he called the Hafiz and told him, recite some verses of the Holy Quran. Thereafter he opened up his purse, he took out some money and gave it to him. And he told the people, prepare a nice meal for this person because he's a Hafiz of the Holy Quran. And he gave him some hadayah and some tofa and some gifts. What was the result of that respect that he showed to this Hafiz? Today, 10 children of his family are Hafiz of Quran. 5 children of his family are ulama kiram. Why? Because we showed respect to that person who had the Holy Quran. So to respect the Hafiz is respecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are respecting him because of the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَضْلُ كَلَامِ اللَّهِ عَلَى سَائِرِ الْكَلَامِ كَفَضْلِ اللَّهِ عَلى سَائِرِ خَلْقِهِ وَكَمَا قَالَ النَّبِيُّ صلى الله عليه وسلم. The excellence and virtue of the Holy Quran upon all the other speeches and discourses is like the excellence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over his entire creation. One great Shaikh, one of the Adam rahmatullahi alayhi mentioned by our respected honorable Shaikh that his grave was opened on a number of occasions. He is buried in Madinah al-Munawwara and it was found that his grave is intact. When inquiry was made, it was told that he had great respect for the Huffaz. Person that was a Hafiz used to ensure that he sits by his bedside when you come to see him, and he does not allow him to sit by his bedside because of his honor and respect. Ulama Kiram mentioned, it seems probably for this reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept his body intact in the grave even after he has passed away. So we have the Holy Quran and we have this great gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as I mentioned, one riwayat Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ashrafu ummati hamalat al-Quran. Ashrafu ummati hamalat al-Quran. That the VIPs of my ummah are who? Are the people of the Quran. The people that memorize the Quran. And as I mentioned, on the day of judgment we will see the true colors of these people that are kuffar. Not only will their parents be blessed, but like another riwayat mentioned, person that learns the Holy Quran and thereafter he recites the Holy Quran and learns it off by heart. فَحَرَّمَ حَلَالَهُ وَحَرَّمَ حَرَامَهُ. And in regards the halal is halal and the haram is haram, then أَدْخَلَهُ اللَّهُ الْجَنَّةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enter him to paradise. وَشَفَّعَهُ فِي عَشْرَةٍ مِّنْ أَهْلِ بَيْتِهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept his intercession for 10 people from his family. كُلُّهُمْ قَدْ وَجَبَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ النَّارُ وَوَجَبَتْ عَلَيْهِ النَّارُ وَكَمَا قَالَ النَّبِيُّ صلى الله عليه وسلم. Every single one of his 10 people of his family was such that they were destined to go into the fire of Jahannam. But because of the esteemed position of this Hafiz, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses him and 10 people. So, oh you parents, congratulations to you, and you have such great assets in your hands, that inshallah not only will you be honored in this world and the hereafter, but these children will look after them, and you ensure that the same God of the Quran. The Quran is respected, honored, recited, and rehearsed over and over again till they leave this world, and you ensure that they make amal of the Holy Quran. Inshallah these children will become a means of 10 people of your family to enter into paradise. And like our Messiah used to mention, when Abraham Haksam used to say, it's good they will get 10 passports to enter into paradise. And we told to them, give it to whomsoever you want here from your family. So this is the value, and this is the asset of these children that we have today. And as I mentioned, that we also express our gratitude and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that these institutions are flowering here and are coming up and mushrooming in every corner of America. MashaAllah, this is the great fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can't go into more detail, the person is standing right close to me here looking at the watch there, and maybe he might just take the microphone away. What is the object of the Holy Quran? We mustn't forget. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَن يَسْتَقِيمَ. This is an admonition, it is an advice for the entire creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَن يَسْتَقِيمَ. For those people that want to come to the right path. For those people that want to set the right path, the path of piety, the path of righteousness, the path of eternal salvation, and the path of paradise, then follow the dictates of the Holy Quran. وَهَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ فَاتَّبِعُوهُ وَاتَّقُوهُ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. This is a very blessed kitab. Allah Ta'ala says that we have sent. Follow the kitab. Follow the kitab. Whatever instructions Allah has given us in the kitab, whether it pertains to our aqaid, our belief, whether it pertains to our ibadat, whether it pertains to our dealing, whether it pertains to our social life, whether it pertains to our akhlaq, follow the dictates of the Holy Quran, and وَاتَّبِعُوهُ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, so that you get the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this kitab has been sent to us for those people who have been muttaqeen. If it guides us for those people, then want to become pious. So So one right of the Holy Quran is to have belief in every word of the Holy Quran. The second right of the Holy Quran is to honor and respect the Holy Quran. Honor and respect the Quran, the people that recite the Quran, the people that learn the Quran, the people that teach the Quran. Those places where the Quran has been taught also, we should have honor and respect for those places. While this is an area where the Quran is taught. The third right of the Quran upon us is to make tilawah of the Holy Quran. And tilawah of the Holy Quran is what? Is speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine the honor Allah has given us, given this ummah, that those people who wish to speak to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you open the Quran and you're having a dialogue with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What a great ni'mat Allah has given us. Imagine today somebody gets the honor of speaking to the president, the honor of speaking to the mayor or to the prime minister. He feels so elated and he feels so great and he feels so nice about it. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not only given us permission, but has encouraged us. Over and over again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, recite the Holy Quran. It comes in the hadith that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens eagerly. Allah wa shaddu udhra ila aqar al-Quran min sahib al-qimati ila qimatihi. Or kama qala Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens more anxiously and eagerly to the person that recites the Holy Quran, more than that person. Those days they used to have slave girls that used to be singing before the master. The master used to sit and look at the slave girl and listen to her. More than that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more eagerly listens to that person that recites the Holy Quran. This will be sufficient for us to encourage us and spur us to recite the Quran, that my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is listening to me when I open the Quran. So not a day should go by without us reciting the Holy Quran, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made so many great provisions from the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam right up to our time. The Quran is safeguarded and protected. But alas, it will be a great regret for us if we don't open the Quran and recite the Holy Quran. Not a day should go by with an appreciation for this great ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should recite the Quran. The fourth right of the Holy Quran is to understand the Holy Quran. MashaAllah, we have muftis, we have ulama kiram in your midst. Go to them, have tafsir classes and understand the Holy Quran. This is the fourth right. The fifth right of the Holy Quran, as I mentioned, is to practice what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us. Whether it is وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْءَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. For example, if it is not permissible, we abstain. Tell the believers, men and women, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Put your gaze, lower your gazes. There is also a command of the Holy Quran. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَوْفُوا بِالْعُقُودِ. Fulfill your contract. Also the command of the Holy Quran. وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Don't walk arrogantly and in pride on the face of the earth. Also the order of the Holy Quran. So we should not be selective. Only وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَتِمُّوا الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. No, not only the ibadah, all the aspects of the Holy Quran. We should try to fulfill and endeavor and see that you do it. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Speak nicely. لَا تَمُدَّنَّ عَيْنَيْكَ. Look after your eyes. And speak nicely. لَا تَتَّبِعْ. Should not backbite people. All these commands are in the Holy Quran. So another right of the Holy Quran is to practice the Holy Quran. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam akhlaq forward it. When we asked Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa, she said, radiyallahu anha, don't you see the Holy Quran? His akhlaq was the Quran. All the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were manifested in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People used to see what Allah had ordered. He was a practical example, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of the Holy Quran. And the last right of the Holy Quran, which many of us forget, is this, that we should take the message of the Holy Quran to those people around us that do not know the Holy Quran. The message of the oneness of Allah, the message of the Akhirat, the message of the Prophet of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the message of the good akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the message of the Hashr and Qabr and take place, the message of Jannah and Jahannam. We should spread this to the people around us as well. Those people that are deprived of the Holy Quran, we have this great gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are duty bound not to keep it with us. If you look around, all the inventions of the world, of the nations of the world, are in our hands, are in our homes, and we are benefiting from all the inventions. When we have the greatest ni'mat here, that is the Holy Quran. It's our duty to see that we propagate the Holy Quran, practice it, preach it, propagate it, and teach it to the people around us. This is our duty. And when you talk to a person, and you tell him the orders of Allah, he gets shaken. I was once traveling, in fact I was coming from Zambia, it was from Malawi or Zambia. I had a brother sitting next to me, not a Muslim, a non-Muslim. I told him, you are mentioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. وَالصَّاحِبِ بِالْجَمْعِ. Allah ta'ala mentions, fulfill the rights of those people that are your companions, whether they are working companions, whether they are traveling companions. He became so touched and moved that even I am mentioned in your Quran by your Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he started inquiring about the deen of Islam. So these are the beauties that Allah has given us in the Holy Quran. We should appreciate it, hold fast to it, and these are the institutions that we should support because of noble work that has been done. And it was these institutions that carried this Holy Quran from the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It has began at Sufa, and these are all part of Ashab al-Sufa. The madrasa has started there, and it continues from one continent to another continent. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it such that this deen will remain and will flourish. Fortunate is that person that gets on here and supports the Dini activity, whether they are in Africa, whether they are in America, whether they are in Somalia, become part and parcel of these people. Maybe you could not become a Hafiz, but here you can make your child a Hafiz, support an institution where Hifz is taking place, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the return. I will just end up here. You cannot become a Hafiz for Abraham Haksam Rahmatullahi and given a beautiful prescription and addressing those people that are old here, so do not have the time to come into this institute from the morning till the evening. He had mentioned his experience. He said, any person that recites and learns one ayat of the Holy Quran every day, it will take him 1 year to learn one verse, one chapter of the Holy Quran. It will take him 1 year to learn one juz of the Holy Quran, and it will take him 30 years to learn 30 juz. Now we find people here that are white beards like ourselves. We are over 660 and over. How? We may not live to 90 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Quran, and the person that learns the Quran is so beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is mentioned that if he passes away by learning the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appoints an angel in the grave for him to finish the Quran. Person is 65, 75, start this day to start memorizing the Quran. Even if it's one verse a day, have this intention. If you pass away after 1 year, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the grave, He will appoint an angel to teach you the Quran, so that on the day of judgment, you are also resurrected with the Huffaz. So this is the love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had for the Holy Quran. And one Shaikh had told us so beautifully, he says one side, if the angel is teaching the person the Quran, can we imagine that Allah will be punishing that person? Can we imagine that? It is far away from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know the incident of that person whose son has began to read Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and azab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was lifted from the grave from the father of that child. It was mentioned that how can I be punishing this person when his son is saying that I am Rahman and I am Rahim. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes to give us. What we'll get for tilawat, what we'll get for understanding the Quran, what we'll get for practicing the Quran. Inshallah, one day when we meet again and we are sitting in a more relaxed and calm environment, we don't have a person standing above your head, then we'll be able to discuss it more. In a more amicable manner, we will be exchange things further. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the parents, accept the madrasa, accept all the children, because you should remember what we are seeing is the culmination of a long, long effort that has taken place. The child had to get up so many days early in his life. The mother was concerned, seeing that he is fed properly, he is dressed properly, he goes properly. Similarly, the father was concerned whether my son had gone to the madrasa, when it's raining, when it's shining, when it's storming, he had ensured. So this is the culmination and the finishing of a very, very large effort. And du'as are accepted when the Khatm Quran takes place. The time of the Sahaba, I think it was Anas radiallahu anhu, used to gather his family when the Quran was completed, so that they all can make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some riwayats, I think thousands, I think 6,000 or 5,000 angels gather when one khatam is made of the Holy Quran. The time some people used to say that when the khatam Quran takes place, some Sahaba, you must call us to that gathering so that we can also make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come down on such occasions. We should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the welfare of the entire ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept us as well. There is many ways of supporting a madrasa. One is to be there, financially supporting the madrasa. One is morally supporting the madrasa. And one is lifting your hands in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, accept this madrasa and all the madaris. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it so simple and easy for us, just by lifting up our hand and just saying, Allahumma ansur man nasara deena Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam waj'alna minhum, and man nasara deena Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Make an intention for all those efforts that are taking place throughout the globe, whether it is Dawah and Tabligh, whether it is Tasawwuf, whether it is Ta'aleem, whether it is Jami'at, whether it is the Sharia law, whether it is Ulama Kiram teaching fiqh and hadith, whether it is madaris, whatever effort is taking place in the deen. Oh Allah, assist those people. Inshallah, we will become part and parcel of all those efforts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this institution. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the children. Another very note of caution is this, especially for the parents. We have experience in South Africa as well. We
Because of the environment, un-Islamic environment we have, environment that is not conducive to maintain the Quran. There are many children, may Allah forbid, there are many children that learn the Quran, but thereafter, because of the environment, they get absorbed in the evils of the environment and they forget the Quran. So please ensure that these jewels, these pearls, these valuable assets of ours remain intact, but in fact take them a step further so that they become ulama, they learn the meaning of the Holy Quran, they understand the Quran, and they preach the Quran. This is the duty of the parents to ensure that the children remain huffaz and they are practicing and revising all the time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the madrasa and accept everyone here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us sincerity in all our efforts. It is this which Allah looks for, the sincerity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all sincerity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.